Hi guys, I'm Malia and I guess this is the first video on this channel. So I've been wanting to make YouTube videos for some time now. I actually used to have back in my weeb days, I had another YouTube channel. This was kind of in middle school-ish. I ended up deleting everything because, you know, I like burning my dark past. I've been wanting to do YouTube for a few years now, but I've just never found the time or motivation. And on that same vein, we are a month into 2020 and I've seen a few YouTubers do this already. So I thought, fresh start, new channel. This is my cat. So might as well make my first video, my 2020 resolutions, even though I am a little late. Would you like to get comfortable, Toki? How about not on my computer? Go in your bed? Yeah? Yeah, I wanna go in here. Toki? Hi. You're so good. Do you wanna sit there while I film? Okay, she's out. So before I get into the video, just a small disclaimer. Actually, I don't know if it's considered a disclaimer, but I will just say that I kind of have my goals formatted in sort of subsections. So for example, the first one I'm going to be talking about is hobbies and interests. The first one is to balance schoolwork and hobbies. This one is really important to me, which is why it's number one. But for the past 4 years since I've been in high school, unfortunately, I have given up some of my hobbies and interests that I used to have. This is just because when I got into high school, I just focused more on academics and extracurriculars. Of course, I liked a lot of the extracurriculars I did and a few of the classes I've took also. But it's not the same as having something of your own that you do and you do just for fun. And so for 2020, I want to kind of find a balance, I guess you could say, between work and play, schoolwork, and other hobbies and interests I have outside of just school. My second goal kind of follows along with this topic, which is follow more of my interests. So I guess I kind of mean pursue more interests and find more interests. As I said before, I gave up a lot of my hobbies for the past few years now. And so I'm also trying to find new hobbies, because right now I have maybe a small list of things that I like to do, but I'd like to add to that list, try new things, add more things that I can do. I don't know, I'm just talking now. So let's get into the third goal, which is more journaling and pen paling. Stationery stuff is one of my current hobbies and interests. It's actually one of probably the most predominant ones I have in my life. I spend a lot of time doing pen pal letters, doing my diary, doing journaling. I even have a second Instagram account, and hopefully I'll be starting a YouTube channel for more stationery and journaling type crafts. And I've recently started a K-pop journal. I've been pen paling and doing a diary for a few years now. But I just recently started a K-pop journal, and since school started, I haven't really touched it at all. But I want to start doing it more consistently and not just letting it, I guess, sit on a shelf for a few weeks. My fourth resolution is to join more K-pop projects. I have been a part of the K-pop community for a few years now. However, I've never really participated in fan projects or a lot of collaborative projects. I have recently been getting more involved in the GOT7 community, which is really fun, but I really love to either create or participate in sort of a fan project and get connected with other people. I think it'd be really cool to kind of create something that is bigger than oneself. My fifth goal is also really important to me, which is make more art. Unfortunately, art is one of the interests that I have given up for the past few years. I just thought going into high school that I would feel more proud of myself if I kept on pushing more academic. But I've recently started taking more art classes again. I've started doing personal fun art alone by myself, and it's actually really rewarding and I really like it. I would just love to create more. My sixth resolution is kind of straight to the point, which is learn Japanese. I've been wanting to learn Japanese for a long while now. As I said before, I've been a big, I guess, Japanese enthusiast since middle school. I feel like when I talk to anyone that's like close to my age and we talk about being like sad tweens, we can always relate to anime. And like I feel like whenever I talk to or like see anyone online that's younger than me, they're not like, they didn't really go through an anime phase, which is really sad because everyone should go through an anime phase. But back on topic, I really want to learn Japanese. Last year I actually started learning Japanese, but once school started and band season started, I didn't really have time to practice it. And sadly, my school doesn't offer Japanese, so if I did learn it, it would have to be like personally learn it, which means a little bit motivation on my part. But I am going to Japan this summer, which is really fun, and I would just in general really like to learn Japanese. My seventh and kind of last goal in this category is to read more books. And I know that like everyone says this, everyone's like, oh, I need to read more, and then you never read more. But I just think there's something pleasing about the thought of sitting down and having time to read a book. It's like in general more relaxing. It makes you feel smart. I think I just like kind of like the status of being like a book reader and being like,
I walk around and read books.
On a more serious note, I do want to read more books. I own so many books that I have never finished. Like I get like maybe like halfway through the book and then I put it down and then I forget about it and then I have to reread the book, and I'm like this on like 5 books at the moment. And I love bookstores and I love buying books. So the number just keeps like increasing, but I'm not reading any more of them. So yeah. Okay, so the next category of goals is kind of more like self and mental help. So the first goal, I guess goal number 8, is to get a better sleep schedule. This is another big one for me, and if it tells you anything, I'm recording this at midnight on Sunday night and I have school tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know why my sleep schedule is so out of whack. Well, actually, I do. I don't really go to sleep until 4 a.m. or sometimes if I'm doing good, like 3 a.m. I don't like it either. I don't like being constantly tired, but some reason I still do, because it's midnight and I'm still doing this. I don't know why I do this to myself. I say that, but I do know why I'm doing this to myself, which gets me to my next goal. Number 9 is less procrastination. I think the main reason that my sleep schedule is so off is because I push things off until last minute. For example, if I have a paper due, I may not start it until like 8 p.m. and then I'll stay up until like 2 a.m. working on the paper. This also might help my sleep schedule because I also like procrastinate getting out of bed. So like I might wake up at like 8 a.m. but I might not get out of bed until 12 because I'm like, oh, I don't need to do anything until like noon. So I just don't do it. Like I feel like this is a double-edged sword and I just need to like fix both sides of it. Resolution number 10 is to make more real life friends. Right now I have maybe 1 or 2 really close real life friends. I don't know, I always just kind of feel really lonely, which isn't weird, it's actually like really common. Still, I feel like I'm still just like missing something. There are times where I'm just like, man, I really wish I had a friend that would like go and do this with me, because a lot of times, like when I go out or whenever I do anything that's like outside of my house, which I really sometimes like need to get outside of my house, I'm like, I have no one that will do this with me for various reasons. I don't know, I just really want to make real life friends and have like experiences of being like, oh, let's go just to the mall together. Like I don't do that stuff a lot, and yeah, like that's just a thought that I had. I'm also gonna be graduating from high school and going into college this year, which I think is a really good opportunity to meet new friends, because right now like my social pool is really small. Along the same vein as that will be my 11th goal, which is open myself up to new interactions. So this is kind of like my stair step goal to my last goal, because I think that opening myself up to new interactions will help me create new friends, but also I'm just like always afraid to try different things, and when I am invited to things, I just don't do it a lot of the times, and I just want to get out of that like mindset of like isolation. Okay, so number 12 is also kind of more straightforward, but it's have more self-confidence. I feel like whenever I'm in a territory that I'm not used to, I just kind of like shrink in on myself. This is really true when it comes to like any social interaction, but this also applies to other like skills and hobbies. For example, art, as I said before, I kind of let that die for the past 4 years. So of course, like my skills aren't as good as I probably want them to be. And because of that, I've been more reluctant to try to pursue art. So I just want more self-confidence when it comes to like daily routines and like putting myself out there and just, yeah. Lucky number 13. This is a big one that I think that I definitely, and probably even you, can apply to our lives. Yes, we can apply this. And it is stop relying on others for my own happiness. This is really important, and I think it's something that we all do, and no matter how you look at it, it's bad for us. For example, me personally, I have a lot of friends that I talk to online. As I said before, I don't really have a lot of real life friends, so the majority of my social interaction comes from like the internet, which is really bad, I know, which is why it's a New Year's resolution of mine. But sometimes there are days where like no one messages me, and it probably hurts me more than it should. Like it's automatically a bad day if no one's responding to me. It really hurts me, and it shouldn't. I shouldn't rely on other people validating me to feel happy about myself. I shouldn't feel good or feel bad about my day solely based on other people. I want to live for myself, and if there are days where no one messages me, I can still have it be a good day because I made it a good day and I did things that made it a good day, instead of relying on a message and like social interaction that isn't even real life, face to face. I'm not writing off the relationships I have online, like don't get me wrong. I feel like a lot of my friends that I talk to online are probably some of the closest people that I hold dear to me, but my emotions shouldn't like rely on messages. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of my stance on that. My last goal that is in this category is to spend less time on social media. I feel like this goal will help like almost every other single goal I have written down. And like I don't spend a lot of time scrolling. I don't spend a lot of time on like Instagram and Facebook and things like that. I actually spend the majority of my time on social media apps talking to my online friends. So mainly using them for messaging, which kind of goes back to what I previously said. I don't know what else to say about this goal without making like a 20-minute long video about why social media is bad, but I feel like we all know why social media is bad, and I kind of just want to cut down on social media this year. So this next category is a pretty short category, but it's kind of like physical health. Goal number 15 is to eat better. This is not like that crazy of a resolution. I think I stress eat and I'm always stressed. I haven't been eating better, but like ideally I would love to eat better. But onto more like personal topics, I've been really self-conscious about my body, more so than I've been in the past couple of years. I don't know, I just haven't been feeling like comfortable in my own skin. Like I don't feel comfortable in a lot of clothes I own anymore. And then my next goal, which also has to do with physical health, is to take better care of my skin / like stay on top of my skincare. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but my skin has been really bad recently. I think it's the combination of like really cold and dry weather and also me just not taking care of my skin. This summer I had like a really dedicated skincare routine. Like I would moisturize day and night, exfoliate, I would do all this stuff, I would use face masks, and now we're lucky if I even like wash my face. Granted, I don't really wear makeup on school days or anything, so it's not like I'm going to sleep with like makeup on my face, but I should still at least wash my face, if not do more, but I don't. So I'd really like to take better care of my skin, please, I say to myself. Another thing that I'm gonna bring up right now, just because my left eyelid is swollen, is that like I have really sensitive eyelids, and like if they're irritated or like if I leave makeup on too long, they swell and hurt. Doctor said it was like some sort of skin condition. I don't know what they call it. I have eye ointment, so if you were just wondering,
Does she have eye ointment?
Yes, she does have eye ointment. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but this eyelid is like being really weird, and that's why my makeup might look real bad today. This happens like months at a time, man. Like, it's a hard life. Number 17 is in its own category, which I'll like deem as school, because it's literally just better note-taking slash studying, and I hate studying. I hate taking notes. My notes literally like look awful. Like, I don't like looking at them. As I mentioned in like the beginning of this video, I'm really into like journaling and stuff, and kind of like, I guess like the sister hobby is like the study people. So people that have like really good like study notes. I still don't understand. I'm really trying to like make cute notes, but I also understand that that means that like I have to go home and rewrite the notes, which I don't really like. But I want to be a person that has aesthetically pleasing notes. This will also be helpful because, as I said before, I'm graduating from high school and going into college this year. So I feel like I really need to learn how to take better notes and kind of study better for when I get into college. My last 3 goals I've kind of put into the category that I've called like for the future. This whole list is for the future, but this is kind of more like solely future based. Like, this will help you and you'll enjoy it if you start now, and then it will go and I'll get the benefits in the future. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope you stuck along with that, but like basically this is just like think ahead. Number 18 is to save money. Self-explanatory. We should all try to save money, because personally I don't really have like a goal I'm saving towards as of right now, but I think it's just really smart to save money. I just want to save money in general, and then hopefully once I have a bigger thing I want to buy or big thing that I want to do, I will have that money. Just kind of self-explanatory. I don't need to talk about why to save money. Number 19 is to start an online store. I've kind of already done this. I've started it, as how I should say, but I guess my goal now is to like put effort and continue this online store. It is on Instagram, and the link's in the description down below if you want to check it out. It's mainly stationery items. It's me just selling like stationery things relatively like cheaply. Ultimately, I want to turn it into a shop where I sell things that I personally make. So I want to get into like sticker making. I want to make greeting cards. Okay, last but not least, resolution number 20 is to record and post more on YouTube. That's really cool and original and unexpected of me to say. Not like I introduced this video saying that. I'm still kind of like brainstorming what kind of videos I want to make and what video ideas I have. So if this channel seems like kind of a mess for a bit, that's because I am a mess for a bit. I have a few ideas mapped out, but I'm not really sure what like I truly want to do with this. Also, I am making slash have a channel for more stationery type things. I also want to have a separate YouTube where I can post and upload videos that are kind of more related to that, so it's less personality based and more kind of like the craft itself. Yeah, so I hope that you'll support me and my other endeavors. I know that this is my first video, so it's probably not gonna get like a lot of views, but thank you for watching this long, and please like and subscribe and comment and interact, because I promise I love interaction if that is not obvious. I don't really think of anything else to say, so see you in the next video. Have a great year and bye.